This book, also known as All People's Beast Control. Awakening the Top 10 SSS Talents. At the beginning, in the era of universal beast control, demon beasts were rampant, but fortunately, the human race could awaken their innate talent and contract to fight against them in adulthood. Some people have awakened their F.level talents, and there is no hope for the evolution of the beast, so they can only become ordinary people. Someone has awakened a C.level talent, and the imperial beast can unleash power beyond its own body, which is incredibly powerful. Someone awakened their S.level talent and became a top-tier powerhouse along with the royal beast, becoming a human heritage. As soon as Yifeng crossed over, he awakened the top 10 SSS level talents at the beginning, allowing him to freely choose from the beasts. Soul Eye. Insight into the strengths and weaknesses of the imperial beast, and discover its ultimate evolutionary direction. Cultivation backfeeding. Infusing cultivation into the imperial beast will grant the host the same cultivation backfeeding, with a probability of triggering critical strikes. Terror swallowing. Beasts can devour creatures and have a chance to permanently obtain their own body skills. Creatures below the beast-swallowing realm can be directly killed through devouring. Talent plunder. For every life killed, randomly obtain one of the opponent's talents. In a situation where everyone was not optimistic, Yifeng abandoned the selection of the high-star imperial beast, contracted with the Earth Ape King, and trained him to become the Great Sage of Qi Tian. In mythology, the Great Sage of Qi Tian, the World Tree of One Leaf and One World, the Great Sun Golden Crow that burns the sky and destroys the earth, and the Kunpeng that controls the path of space and power. This is an era that only belongs to Yifeng. In this era, the gods retreat and all worlds submit. Keywords of the novel. Talent awakening. Top Monkey evolves into the Great Sage of Qi Tian without a pop-up window, talent awakening. Top Monkey evolves into the Great Sage of Qi Tian. Download the complete text, Talent Awakening. Top Monkey evolves into the Great Sage of Qi Tian. Latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. Awakening Ceremony, Empowering Qi. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1. Awakening Ceremony, Empowering Qi. Lu Tong, awaken your talent at level F. Zhao Qian, awaken your talent to F.level. Li Hao, awaken your talent to level E. Zhang Wei, awakening talent F.level. This has already exceeded half of the population, and no one has awakened a D.level talent yet. It's really difficult to awaken intermediate talents. Maybe, this year our third high school will have to accompany us again. Who said it's not? No one has awakened D.level talents for 3 years in a row. Who let those with good qualifications be pulled away by the first and second high schools? On the playground of Jiangqing Third Senior High School, students lined up in an orderly manner and walked towards a temporarily built house in the middle of the playground. At this moment, on the edge of the playground, a group of school leaders from the Third Senior High School shook their heads and sighed as they watched the students walking out of their wits from the other side of the house. This is an era full of crises and magnificent waves. On this vast and boundless continent, humans have gradually developed a class of professions called beast guards in the face of threats from monster beasts and demon tribes, and in the process of engaging in battles with them. As the name suggests, a beast tamer is a type of profession that contracts with monsters to engage in combat. In the long, 100,000-year period that followed, humans themselves also awakened the talent of animal masters. With the help of animal masters, they formed a tripartite confrontation with demon beasts and demon tribes. Today is the coming-of-age ceremony for all high school seniors in Jiangqing. It is not only a ceremony to awaken the talent of the beast master, but also a test of whether students have the potential to become strong. You should know that the beast master talent is divided into 9 levels and 5 levels, namely the junior talent F, E, intermediate talent D, C, advanced talent B, super talent S, SS, and divine talent SSS. The cultivation realm of the Beast Master and the Beast Master is divided into 9 levels, including black iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, stars, kings, and heavenly saints. The prerequisite for becoming a beast tamer above the silver realm is that the awakened talent level must reach at least D level, which is an intermediate talent. Previously, their third senior high school had not been able to awaken any intermediate or higher talents for 3 consecutive years. And just last year, Jiangqing No. 1 and No. 2 senior high school each gave birth to a student who awakened their B level talent. In this way, their school is even more inferior to the first 2, and at the same time, the gap between them is getting bigger. How can this make the school leaders not worry? On the other hand, students who have already awakened their talents are all disheartened as if they have lost their souls. They have no choice but to awaken their low-level talents. Even if they contract a beast, they can only join the logistics team. Doing the most basic work, adding bricks and tiles to the vast human race, becoming lifelong laborers, and simply saying goodbye to the path of strength. At this moment, in the long queue, Yi Feng looked at the house ahead with a somewhat solemn expression, and it was false that he was not nervous. After all, he has traveled through 18 years without awakening any golden fingers, and once today is over and his potential is determined, the future will be extremely difficult to change. He asked himself that he was not a genius, and the good news of awakening B-level talents like those in first and second high schools would basically not happen to him. The only thing he could hope for was to awaken a good intermediate talent. Wang Dong awakened the D-level talent. At this moment, a sound pierced through the house ahead, instantly causing a commotion on the playground. D-level, it's Wang Dong from Class 3. On the edge of the playground, the school leaders of Sangao excitedly waved their fists. The principal of Sangao looked at the people around him, with a mixed expression on his face. At some point, they all became excited about a D-level talent. Sleeping in bed, Wang Dong has awakened his D-level talent. Bully, Dong Gu. Brother Dong, it's taking off. Brother Dong, are you still missing a pendant on your leg? On this side, all the students who had just awakened their talents surrounded Wang Dong tightly, and for a moment, Wang Dong's face also showed pride. Zhang Yang, awaken your A-level talent. Suddenly, a more noble voice came from the house than before, and for a moment, the once chaotic playground fell into a strange silence. Ha ha ha. With a burst of laughter, a young man walked out of the house. Trough. A-level. The principal of Sangao jumped up and appeared directly next to the young man, startling him. Flipped over, our school flipped over. A-level, the previous A-level was born in the first high school 5 years ago. Our third high school has never had it since its establishment. All the school leaders went crazy and appeared around Zhang Yang, surrounding him. Damn it. Sleeping slot. Brother Yang, my father is the chairman of Jiangqing Finance and Trade. If you have anything to do in the future, please give me your orders. Brother Yang, my house. For a moment, all the students who had originally surrounded Wang Dong ran to Zhang Yang's side. However, Zhang Yang was tightly surrounded by the school leaders, and in a hurry, they all shouted and reported their homes. Now Wang Dong was extremely embarrassed. The latter's face turned pale and blue, but he dared not get angry and could only leave with a deep hatred. And the students standing in an honest queue on the side all had envious eyes turning purple. If it weren't for the teacher watching, many of them would have run over and hugged their thighs. After all, they don't have the confidence to awaken A-level talents. Even Yi Feng glanced at Zhang Yang again, with a longing in his eyes. Next, Yi Feng. The sound in his ear made Yi Feng take a deep breath and walk into the house. There are 2 people inside, one standing with a pitch-black stone in his hand, and the other sitting, clearly preparing to take notes. Yi Feng, right. Place your hand on the test stone, the man spoke. Yi Feng's gaze fell on the stone, and then he placed his right hand on top of the test stone. A sudden and piercing sensation emanated from his hand, followed by a moment of confusion. When he opened his eyes again, he found himself in an open space. Buzz! At this moment, a strong purple aura suddenly appeared in the void ahead and collided with him. The Great Way is heavenly perfection, and Qi Yun is at its peak for a moment. Yi Feng could even clearly perceive that his fate trajectory was changing. Remaining talent extraction times. 10. Extract or not. Suddenly, two clear hints appeared in Yi Feng's heart, like a blessed soul. End of this chapter. Chapter 2. Supreme 10 Companies, Top 10 SSS Talents. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2 Supreme 10 Companies, Top 10 SSS Talents. Yi Feng's face changed slightly, and his heart suddenly shook. Firstly, I gained the pinnacle of my luck and my destiny changed. Then, it was as if I had an additional 10 chances to draw a lottery, and even my talent could be drawn. However, he had even experienced time travel and was not surprised. Instead, he chose to draw directly, and it was the supreme 10 consecutive draws. Successfully extracted talent, SSS level talent Soul Eye. Successfully extracted talent, SSS level talent cultivation feedback. Successfully extracted talent, unlimited space for SSS level talents. Successfully extracted talent, SSS level divine realm talent. Successfully extracted talent, SSS level talent has nowhere to hide. For a moment, his heart was filled with this sudden reminder. 10, a whole 10 talents, and each talent is an SSS level divine level talent. At this moment, even his calm breath couldn't help but become rapid. He has not just traveled here, but has traveled for 18 years and has already integrated into this era. Naturally, he knows what these 10 SSS divine level talents represent. A divine level talent can enable the Beast Master and Beast Master to grow into the kind of top-notch warriors who can protect the human race and become the foundation of the human race. 10 kinds of divine talents, this is simply 4 in one hand, 2 leading 2 kings. Rocket started the game, and he didn't know what level he could reach in the future. Yi Feng clicked on the talent details and prepared to learn more about the specific situation of the 10 talents. Once humans awaken their Beast Master talent, they will have their own Beast Master attribute panel. It contains various attributes such as the strength level, talents, and details of the Beast Master, as well as a detailed overview of the Beast Master. Eye of Soul, SSS. Insight into the strengths and weaknesses of the Imperial Beast, and discover its ultimate evolutionary direction, lifting restrictions in the Black Iron Realm, cultivation backfeeding, SSS. Infusing cultivation into the Imperial Beast, the host will receive the same cultivation backfeeding, with a probability of triggering a critical strike. The Black Iron Realm is lifted from the restriction, unlimited space, SSS. Infinite growth of beast experience, which can eliminate impurities in the beast's body, increase its chance of evolution, and restore it to a perfect state. The Bronze Realm is lifted from restrictions, Sacred Realm, SSS. The abilities of the beast and host within the realm will be greatly enhanced, while the opponent will be greatly weakened. The increase or decrease in strength will increase with the increase of strength. The Silver Realm is lifted from restrictions, no escape form, SSS. Wherever the soul perceives, all things have no escape form, and the attacks of the beasts are no longer limited by distance. The Golden Realm is lifted, Terror Swallowing, SSS. Beasts can devour creatures and have a chance to permanently obtain the creature's body skill. If the creature is lower than the beast-swallowing realm, it can be directly killed through devouring. The Platinum Realm is lifted from the restriction, Destiny of Destiny, SSS. All things experienced are developing in a direction that is beneficial to the body. Diamond Realm lifting restrictions, SSS. You can freely combine 2 Imperial Beasts under your command. The combined Imperial Beast can use all the skills of the 2 Imperial Beasts, with usage time and cooldown time, restrictions lifted in the Star Realm. Talent Plunder, SSS. For every life killed, randomly obtain one of the opponent's talents, lifting the restriction in the realm of the king, the path of time and space, SSS. The control over the path of time and space has reached an extremely deep level, allowing for the arbitrary use of the path of time and space, with the heavenly holy realm lifting restrictions, hiss. Yifeng took a cold breath and was truly shocked by his 10 SSS talents. Although there are clear limitations on the use of talents, he has no doubt that he can reach the heavenly holy realm, which is nothing more than a matter of time. Moreover, the first 2 talents of Soul Eye and Cultivation Feedback that can be used in the Black Iron realm are just too timely for him at present. Originally, his family situation in this lifetime was very average, and his parents were attacked by monsters while working outside a few years ago, both of whom passed away. If it weren't for the house left by his parents and federal subsidies, it's uncertain whether he would have survived, let alone the current level 3 cultivation in the Black Iron realm. Although this level is considered the weakest among a group of high school students, his cultivation has reached the standard of being able to use his talents. Brush. At this moment, Yifeng's expression was momentarily lost in thought. When he opened his eyes again, he found himself still in the testing room, and the sharp pain in his palm clearly told him that everything he had just experienced was just a short moment. Only the 2 bright, 8 dark, and 10 light clusters floating in his mind seemed to prove to him that everything he had just experienced was absolutely true. Buzz. Suddenly, a sudden mutation occurred. The 2 bright lights in Yifeng's mind suddenly shattered and merged into his mind-level body. At the same time, inside the house, the originally pitch-black test stones began to show golden spots on the surface after feeling the power inside Yifeng's body. Boom. Immediately after, the golden spot on the test stone became increasingly intense, erupting into a brilliant golden light. In an instant, the entire room was shrouded in this golden light. Me, I'm lying down. The staff in charge of testing shouted loudly, making the entire playground quiet. Everyone's eyes turned to the house in the middle of the playground. This time, a group of school leaders saw the clues from it. Although the house is closed, with their strength, it is not difficult to see that there is a faint golden light shining through it. Gollum. A school leader subconsciously swallowed a mouthful of saliva and said, "I didn't read it wrong, did I, the golden light?" Cough, I really wish I could see the golden light too. The other school leader's expression was somewhat dull. Yifeng, awakening talent SSS level. An excited and trembling voice instantly emanated from the house and echoed throughout the entire playground. Wow! The whole scene is in an uproar. End of this chapter. Chapter 3. Divine Talent, Shocking the Whole School. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3 Divine Talent, Shocking the Whole School. Fuck. Divine Level Talent. At this moment, the senior principal of Sangao standing next to Zhang Yang rushed towards Yifeng, who had just walked out of the house, as if completely insane. His facial features had already changed in excitement. Following closely behind, the school leaders also rushed towards Yifeng like crazy demons. This formation immediately startled Yifeng, almost thinking that the world he was in was a zombie world. Surround me in this circle, no one is allowed to approach. The old principal shouted loudly. Yes. All the school leaders turned around, with their backs to the principal and Yifeng, and tightly surrounded them. It wasn't until then that all the students present realized it. Sleeping Trough, Divine Level Talent. The Lifetime Series. Classmate, you pinch me. Oh. You're really pinching me. You're still in the line of mud horses, Feng Gu. From now on, I'll be your loyal lackey. Brother Feng, they have been secretly in love with you for a long time. This is the room card for the Emperor's Hotel. They are waiting for you at night. Wait for your mother, shave off the beard on your chin first before we talk, Feng Gu, I am. For a moment, the playground was bustling with people, and the roaring crowd rushed frantically towards the place where Yi Feng was, wanting to hug his thigh. Fortunately, a group of school leaders quickly summoned their imperial beasts and stared at the students rushing forward, which stopped them from walking in front of them. This grand momentum caused even the first and second-year high school students in class to open the windows and poke their heads out to hear the sound on the playground, resulting in a greater sensation. In an instant, the sound of the entire third senior high school erupted like a sports stadium with hundreds of thousands of people, causing pedestrians outside the school to stop and look inside, wanting to know what had happened. On this side, Yi Feng was just grateful. Perhaps there was a problem with this test stone, or perhaps his other talents were hidden. The test stone only detected one of his talents, otherwise he would have awakened 10 SSS talents directly. I'm afraid the high level of the human race would have to pick him up and slice him for research. As a result, he regained his senses and was instantly stunned by the sight before him. He was not very sure if he was in the zombie world. Cough cough. Yi Feng, didn't scare you, did he? At this moment, the principal Gao Wenwu standing opposite Yi Feng is striving to become more amiable. But as his facial features have twisted and deformed, it would be good if he didn't scare the child to cry. He's really not compatible with being amiable. Oh, it's okay, principal. Yi Feng shook his head slightly. As long as it's okay, Yi Feng, have you really awakened your SSS level talent? It's not that I don't believe it, it's just that I just want to confirm again. Gao Wenwu's body was trembling and his expression was very excited. Yes. Yi Feng can understand the excitement of the principal. After all, since the satellite city of Jiangqing has been built for tens of thousands of years, no SSS level talent has ever been born. He is the first to live, and the principal's excitement is inevitable. Okay. Ha, Yi Feng, tomorrow, the high-level officials in our Jiangqing will send the imperial beast over. We will accompany you to choose the best and most suitable imperial beast, but we must not be careless. Gao Wenwu's face was filled with spring breeze, and the results of each awakening ceremony were reported to the city lord's mansion in each city. That is to say, the fact that Yi Feng just awakened his SSS level talent is not only known to the lord's mansion of Jiangqing, but also to other universities in Jiangqing soon. Normally, on the second day after the talent awakening ceremony, students who awaken their talents will receive a free contract to ride the beast given by the Human Federation. Of course, among the potential qualifications of the 9-star demon beast, the free contract of the royal beast potential qualification is mostly 1 star. Even those with 1.5 stars or 2 stars are rare and extremely rare. But now if it were the high-level officials in Jiangqing who came forward, it would not be a 1-star or 2-star qualification, and even a 4-star or 5-star qualification would appear. That's also why Gao Wenwu just said that. Because he knew that Yi Feng was now the Tianjiao Dark Horse, a big dark horse marked with the mark of Jiangqing 3rd Senior High School. Even if the high-level officials in Jiangqing are foolish, they know that this is not a time to hide and hide, but a time to do their best to establish a good relationship with Yi Feng. Gao Wenwu also knew that Yi Feng was still an orphan who had lost both parents. If he could give him strong support at this time, when Yi Feng grew up in the future, he would definitely not forget Jiangqing. Even though Yi Feng's connections with Jiangqing have decreased since then, Jiangqing is still a true hometown of Yi Feng's past. Based solely on this, Jiangqing's reputation and status will soar, and even its transformation from a satellite city to a base city is no longer just talk. You should know that in the 100,000-year history of the human race, there is only one example of a satellite city being promoted to a base city, and the reason for promotion is precisely because that satellite city gave birth to a god-level genius. As for the main city on a higher level in the base city, Gao Wenwu dare not think. After all, in the entire Human Federation, there are hundreds of thousands of satellite cities and thousands of base cities, while there are only 30.2 main cities, and the number has never changed. Thank you, Principal. Yi Feng nodded. It was not the time to act coquettishly now. Although he has the eye of the soul, he can clearly see the ultimate evolution path of the Imperial Beast. A well-qualified Imperial Beast will obviously save him a lot of trouble compared to a less qualified Imperial Beast. Don't thank me, you don't have to thank anyone. Even if we three highs and Jiangqing want to thank you, after all, because of your awakening, Jiangqing and three highs will receive federal resource rewards. The folds on Gao Wenwu's face were almost piled together, and his smile has never stopped from just now. Bang! In the mansion of the Lord of Jiangqing, a thick door was suddenly knocked open. Sir, sir. A young man hurriedly ran in with 3 steps and 2 steps. How many times have I said, even if the sky falls, you must knock on the door first. If it weren't for your father being my old subordinate, you wouldn't be here tomorrow. Zhou Wenlong, the Lord of Jiangqing City, looked at the secretary rushing in with a gloomy expression and said in a deep voice, the weight of this sentence is already very heavy. The young man was immediately frightened by Zhou Wenlong's words, his face turning white and his lips trembling. Tears rolled in his eyes as he was about to flow, but he still trembled and spoke out his words. Sir, Jiangqing 3 high SSS level information. What? Zhou Wenlong, who was originally sitting, suddenly stood up with a huge change in expression. With a flash of his body, he came to the young man and directly took the document from his hand. Yi Feng, a senior high school student from 3rd Senior High School, awakens SSS level talent. End of this chapter. Chapter 4. The treatment of super genius, choose any beast. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4. The treatment of super genius, choose any beast. Hiss. Divine level. Divine level talent. Zhou Wenlong's eyes were filled with shock, which immediately turned into ecstasy. This was the first divine talent born in the history of Jiangqing. Being able to be born during his tenure, if this matter is handled well, his future is promising. That old man Gao Wenwu must have killed before reporting. Excited, he has already told Yi Feng that tomorrow's Imperial Beast will come from our Lord's mansion. Since that's the case, I really want to blind your Gao Wenwu's eyes. A crazy expression flashed in Zhou Wenlong's eyes, but beneath this madness, no one saw any flesh pain quietly pass away. Ha ha ha, I didn't see you wrong. Your father has given birth to a good son. You go down. Zhou Wenlong patted the young man's shoulder, feeling very satisfied. The young man who noticed the 180-degree change in Zhou Wenlong's attitude suddenly became confused. However, his inner grievances dissipated at this moment, and he turned around, closed the door and left the room. Even in the 100,000-year development history of our human race, there is no SSS-level talent that has been born among billions. Now that this student appears in my Jiangqing, it is not only an opportunity for Jiangqing to rise, but also an opportunity for me to take further steps. Zhou Wenlong paced the room, his excited expression still lingering on his face, and in an instant, he had a plan for tomorrow in his mind. What? You said 3 high school gave birth to a student who awakened SSS-level talent. On the playground of the 1st Senior High School, the teaching director informed the principal of the school of the news he had just received. The latter's body trembled wildly in an instant, and a frightened expression appeared on his face. Not only that, the principal, there is also a student from Sangao who has awakened his A-level talent. Looking at the shock on the principal's face, the teaching director added again. In an instant, the principal of Igao felt that the world was spinning in his eyes, and he couldn't stand firm and fell to the side. Fortunately, the teaching director quickly helped the principal with his sharp eyes, and at this moment, the principal of Igao was filled with bitterness in his heart. Even without the student who awakened SSS-level talent, the 3rd high school alone with that A-level talent is enough to defeat the 1st and 2nd high schools this year. Now, just this year alone, the rewards that Sangao is about to receive from the federal government may exceed the rewards that their 2 schools have received from the federal government in the past few decades. That's a divine talent, none of them exist in billions. The same situation is also happening in the second senior high school. Today is a school carnival, as well as the loneliness of all other schools in Jiangqing after politely refusing the strong persuasion of leaders from 3 universities, including Gao Wenwu. Yifeng left the school and returned to his home where he had lived for 18 years. Name: Yifeng, Level Black Iron, Level 3, Talent. Soul Eye, Cultivation Feedback, Infinite Space, Unrestricted, Holy Realm, Unrestricted, No Escape Form, Unrestricted, Terror Devouring, Unrestricted, Destiny Return, Unrestricted, Beast Combination, Unrestricted, Talent Plunder, Unrestricted, Time and Space Path, Unrestricted, Royal Beast. Nun Yifeng glanced at his attribute panel and realized that his current level 3 cultivation in the Black Iron realm should be his weakness. According to past practice, the free contract issued by the federal government for the Imperial Beast, regardless of whether its potential is 1 or 2 stars, has a maximum cultivation level of only Bronze level 9. Because the cultivation level of the non-contracted Beast Master is at most 1 level higher than that of the Beast Master. Regardless of whether the cultivation level of the Beast Master is Black Iron level 1 or Black Iron level 9, the maximum cultivation level for Beast Masters who have not been contracted can reach Bronze level 9. As for the cultivation level of the Beast Tamer after the contract, it is at most 2 great realms higher than that of the Beast Tamer. Students who have already broken through the Black Iron realm in high school generally do not contract the free Imperial Beasts provided by the Federation. So the Bronze level 9 beast is the best choice for ordinary students. If the beast in Yifeng's contract tomorrow is a 2-star potential Bronze level 9, after the contract, his cultivation may not necessarily break through the Black Iron level 9 and be promoted to Bronze. But who awakened him to divine level talent? According to Gao Wenwu's words, his contract beast will be sent over by the high level officials of Jiangqing tomorrow. The Imperial Beast, launched by the high-level officials of Jiangqing, has a potential of 3 to 4 stars or even 4 to 5 stars, no matter how poor it is. Yifeng didn't think too much about it. Anyway, take a nap and you'll know everything tomorrow. This night, many people are destined to be sleepless. The next day, before Yifeng could reach the school gate, he was pulled up by the academic affairs director of San Gao who was eagerly waiting at the school gate and hurriedly rushed to the administrative conference room. As soon as he stepped into the conference room, several powerful gazes fell on him. Yifeng frowned, although these pressures did not mean to embarrass him, they always felt uncomfortable on him. Is this Yifeng, the student who awakens his divine level talent? At this moment, the pressure on Yifeng's body was swept away, and a strong voice sounded in the conference room, causing everyone to move aside on both sides. A middle-aged man in formal attire walked out of the crowd. Yifeng, let me introduce you. This is the Lord of our Jiangqing, Zhou Wenlong. Lord, this is Yifeng who awakens his divine level talent. Gao Wenwu's words moved Yifeng's heart. He didn't expect that even the Lord of Jiangqing would be alarmed. You should know that he is a powerful Diamond Realm expert. Hello City Lord. Yifeng's calm demeanor made Zhou Wenlong nod slightly, with a satisfied expression in his eyes. As early as Yifeng entered the conference room, Zhou Wenlong carefully observed him. Being able to handle it calmly under the gaze of so many strong people, his mood was very extraordinary. At the very least, this calmness and composure is not something that ordinary people can possess. Very good, Yifeng. I won't introduce you specifically to these people around me. You just need to know that they are all the strong officials of our Jiangqing official team and your solid support. Zhou Wenlong pointed to the strong figures standing in the room, and although each person's breath was not as strong as Zhou Wenlong's, it was also incredibly powerful. Next, I won't waste my time either. I have 5 top-notch Imperial Beasts with potential and qualifications ranging from 5 to 7 stars. As the first student in the history of my Jiangqing to have a divine level talent, you can choose a contract from these 5 Imperial Beasts as a reward from my Jiangqing to you. Zhou Wenlong waved his hand and 5 beams of light fell into the vast conference room. Fortunately, Gao Wenwu had people clear the tables and chairs in the conference room in advance, otherwise it would be difficult to fit those 5 imperial beasts. End of this chapter. Chapter 5. The Eye of the Soul, the Ultimate Path of Evolution Manifests. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5. The Eye of the Soul, the Ultimate Path of Evolution Manifests. What? 5 to 7 stars. Zhou Wenlong's words not only shocked Gao Wenwu, but even the senior officials of Jiangqing were shocked. They thought the Lord could come up with a 4-star, 5-star, or even 6-star potential beast, but they never expected the latter to have the courage to come up with a 7-star potential beast. You should know that the 7-star potential beast can cultivate to the star realm, which is even higher than the diamond realm. The entire Jiangqing has the ability to obtain the 7-star qualification beast warrior, and only the city lord Zhou Wenlong is able to do so at a great cost. At this moment, everyone looked enviously at Yi Feng. And Yi Feng also felt a shock in his heart. He glanced at Zhou Wenlong and didn't expect that the lord of Jiangqing in front of him could even produce a 7-star qualification imperial beast, and there was more than one 7-star qualification. The 5 rays of light enveloped the massive imperial beasts, which were descendants of demon beasts cultivated by humans by capturing them. The fierce aura on their bodies was much less than that of wild beasts, but even so, the fierce aura emanating from the 5 beasts made the high-level officials present frown frequently, and many people showed envy. Qinglin Python, toxic attribute, potential qualification of 7.5 stars. Flame Lion King, fire attribute, potential qualification 7 stars. Heavy Crocodile Turtle, water attribute, potential qualification 6.5 stars. Gale Sirius, wind attribute, potential qualification 6 stars. Earth Ape King, earth attribute, potential qualification 5 stars. After introducing to Yi Feng one by one, Zhou Wenlong looked behind and said, Yi Feng, this is the first imperial beast in your contract, you must choose carefully. Your future does not belong to Jiangqing, but to the broader sky. I believe you have also heard of Xingqian College. If the 4 universities' mansions represent the halls of universities, then Xingqian College is the hall of the halls. Having a powerful imperial beast will be of great help to you in the Star Academy in the future. Qinglin Python has the strongest comprehensive attributes. If I were you, I would choose Qinglin Python. And as long as the Qinglin Python is well cultivated, there is a high chance that it can evolve into an 8-star qualified Qinglin Jiao. Zhou Wenlong's eyelids trembled unintentionally, showing his flesh pain. After all, these 2 7-star imperial beasts were prepared for his own son, and they had invested almost all of his wealth. However, even so, his expression remained serious and he did not seem to doubt that Yi Feng would not enter the Star Academy. After all, the 4 major universities were far inferior to the Star Academy. Even in the eyes of a strong person like him, the 4 universities' mansion is still a colossal entity. Thank you, Lord. I want to go and see it myself. Yi Feng knew Zhou Wenlong's kindness and did not explicitly refuse, but instead put forward his own ideas that he wanted to know. Zhou Wenlong certainly agreed. After all, no matter how much he said, the final decision was still made by Yi Feng. He just didn't want Yi Feng to take a detour. At this moment, Yi Feng walked up to Qinglin Python, and the flow of energy inside his body appeared in his eyes, with more detailed information appearing in front of Yi Feng. Indeed, Yi Feng unleashed his talent, the Eye of the Soul. Monster. Qinglin Python, attribute. Poison, potential qualification. Cultivation. Bronze Realm Level 9, skills. Venom Swamp, hanging, entanglement, snake, venom spray, unloading, advantages. The skin is rough and the flesh is thick and smooth, which does not slip in autumn. Due to the wet and slippery body, it is extremely difficult to get injured. Disadvantage. Easily targeted by monsters with fire, wind, and thunder attributes, and at a disadvantage when facing these three attributes of monsters, there is a certain chance of betraying the beast tamer, ultimate evolution direction. Qinglin Jiao, special items required. None, Qinglin Jiao. A powerful ferocious beast with poison and thunder attributes. The unicorn on its head can not only absorb thunder, but also release lightning to kill enemies. Combined with its own toxicity, it is incredibly powerful. Yi Feng's eyes lit up, and it was only now that he truly felt the terror of his talent, the Eye of the Soul. Isn't this equivalent to being able to detect the weaknesses of the enemy's beast defense in the first place and defeat the enemy with minimal or no cost when fighting? Moreover, the most abnormal thing is that he can clearly see the ultimate evolution direction of the beast. It should be noted that in this era, the evolutionary direction of all royal beasts was gradually explored by humans during their 100,000-year battle against monsters and cultivation of royal beasts. And now, he can easily know this information. Such a talent is truly the most perfect choice for him in the early days. Then Yi Feng turned his gaze to the next four imperial beasts. Monster. Flame Lion King, attribute. Fire, potential qualification. Cultivation. Bronze Realm Level 9, skills. Flying in the air, Flame Tornado, Flame Lion King Roar, Flame Shockwave, Flame Shield, Lion King Flame Needle, advantages. Extremely strong attack power, not inferior to the vast majority of 7.5-star qualified beasts, able to serve as a mount for beast tamers, able to fly, and covered in flames, making its defense quite impressive. Disadvantage. Easily targeted by monsters with water, ice, and thunder attributes, ultimate evolution direction. Golden Lion King, special item required. Jin Yen Gxin, Golden Lion King. A powerful monster with both gold and fire attributes, it is incredibly powerful in both attack and defense. Its fiery attribute is stronger than that of the Flame Lion King, and the increase in its metallicity also enhances its attack and defense capabilities. It possesses a special skill, the Lion King Golden Body. Monster. Heavy Crocodile Turtle, attribute. Water, potential qualification. Cultivation. Bronze Realm Level 9, skills. Seawater Squeezing, Water Iron Cannon, absolute defense, crocodile teeth biting, wave impact, advantages. Strong defense and vitality, skilled in water attributes, disadvantage. Extremely slow speed, easily targeted by monsters with thunder, fire, and poison attributes, ultimate evolution direction. Cold Ice Xian Turtle King, special item required. Heart of Ice Element, Cold Ice Mysterious Turtle King. A powerful monster with water and ice attributes, combining ice and water to develop one of the water channels to the extreme, freezing the sea and instantly creating absolute 0-degree space, monster. Gale Sirius, attribute. Wind, potential qualification. Cultivation. Bronze Realm Level 9, skills. Wind Blade, Phoenix Dragon Roll, Wind Blade, Wind Wall, Wind Blade Formation, advantages. Extremely fast, possessing excellent attack power and a cunning mind, disadvantage. It is easy to be targeted by monster beasts with thunder and poison attributes, and is at a disadvantage when facing monster beasts with fire attributes, with a lower chance of betraying the beast tamer, ultimate evolution direction. Silver Moon Wolf King, special item required. Moonstone, Silver Moon Wolf King. A powerful monster with the attributes of wind and ice, which can absorb the essence of the moon, cultivate and restore physical strength and injuries, come and go without trace, and hurt people invisibly. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. Shocking, how is the 5-star Earth Ape King? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6. Shocked, how is the 5-star Earth Ape King? Not long after, Yi Feng finished watching the first 4 beasts and came to the 5th beast, the Earth Ape King. I don't know if it's an illusion, but he seemed to see a hint of rebellion on the Earth Ape King in front of him. Monster. Earth Ape King, Attribute. Soil, Potential Qualification. Cultivation. Bronze Realm Level 9, Skills. Gravity Domain, Rock Armor, Power Boost, Earth Spike, Advantages. Extremely Strong Defense, Extremely Thick Health, Loyal and Never Betrayed after being recognized as the owner of the Beast Master, Disadvantage. In terms of speed, it is relatively average and may be at a disadvantage when facing speed-type monsters, Ultimate Evolution Direction. Qi Tian De Sheng, Dot. Special Items Required. Ding Tian Pillar, Supreme Gold Bone, Qi Tian De Sheng. The great power of mythology and legend, with a towering figure that can penetrate the sky and earth, and can do anything, smiling and pointing to the divine Buddha's battle against heaven and earth, Ultimate Evolution Direction. Fighting against Buddha, Dot. Special Items Required. Buddha Light Lotus Platform, Merit Golden Light, Fighting against Buddha. The great power of mythological legends, the golden light of merit, the immeasurable divine power that connects the heavens, the dual cultivation of Buddhism and Taoism, and the invincibility of the world, Ultimate Evolution Direction. The Monkey King of the Great Way, Special Items Required. Great Tao Golden Light, Ding Tian Pillar, Buddha Light Lotus Platform, Supreme Golden Bone, De Dao Yuzun. In the palm of the Creator's hand, in the moment of creation and destruction, one eye can pierce through yin and yang from ancient times to the present, and one eye can break through the chaotic world in all directions. Hiss. At this moment, Yi Feng took a deep breath and suppressed the extremely strong shock in his heart. What did he see? This Earth Ape King with 5-star qualifications actually has 3 ultimate evolutionary directions, and each one is stronger than the other. Didn't he see that the ones representing qualifications behind him are all a series of question marks? Yi Feng didn't think it was because his talent couldn't be seen through. On the contrary, he felt that it was due to the limitations of his cultivation, which prevented him from maximizing his talent. However, even so, he knew that compared to the other 4 imperial beasts, the Earth Ape King was like a big sun in the sky and endless horizontal sand, one in the sky and the other on the ground. It's not even on the same scale. If he doesn't know which beast contract to choose from when he sees this, he will awaken this talent in vain. City Lord, I have chosen which imperial beast to contract. Yi Feng looked at Zhou Wenlong and said. Oh. Which one, is it the Qinglin Python or the Flame Lion King? Zhou Wenlong's eyes lit up, and everyone present was in a state of shock. His gaze was burning as he looked at Yi Feng. Yi Feng didn't expect Zhou Wenlong to ask such a question, so he paused for a moment. At the moment when he saw Yi Feng's hesitant expression, Zhou Wenlong frowned and said, choosing the heavy crocodile Mysterious Turtle and the fast wind Sirius, although not as strong as the first 2, ultimately we still need to choose the one that suits us. Zhou Wenlong's words made all the high-level officials and Gao Wenwu in Jiangqing nod in agreement, not that the most qualified imperial beast is necessarily the strongest. For example, in the case of equal cultivation, one beast tamer with a 7-star qualification is a beast tamer, while another beast tamer with a 6-star qualification is a beast tamer. On the surface, it seems easy to see which side is stronger or weaker. But in reality, the beast tamer with the 7-star qualification is not very compatible with his own beast tamer, and his strength is even inferior to that of another beast tamer. Lord, I have chosen this Earth Ape King. Yi Feng didn't take Zhou Wenlong's words, but pointed to the Earth Ape King who was quietly waiting beside him. What? What? In an instant, all the strong people in the conference room looked at Yi Feng in shock, and a hint of anger flashed on Zhou Wenlong's face. He even took out 2 7-star qualification beasts that he had spent almost all of his wealth preparing to give Yi Feng a choice. As a result, the latter chose a 5-star imperial beast, which made Zhou Wenlong's attitude towards Yi Feng suddenly cool down. However, he instantly suppressed his anger and looked at Yi Feng. Why, give me a reason. Zhou Wenlong did not believe that Yi Feng was the kind of ignorant young man, but rather believed that he was a very spiritual person. But it was this very spiritual person in his eyes who made a choice that puzzled everyone present at this moment. Intuition. Yi Feng pointed to his head. After awakening my talent, my intuition also strengthened. I could feel that I was most compatible with the Earth Ape King, so I chose him. Yi Feng did not reveal his talent attributes. In fact, in this era, beast guards would not disclose their talent attributes to outsiders to avoid being targeted by enemies. Even some animal trainers have a natural talent that goes without even mentioning their loved ones and friends. Zhou Wenlong took a deep look at Yi Feng and doubted whether what he said was true. However, seeing Yi Feng so steadfast, he had no reason to pursue it further and simply nodded. Since you have chosen so, I hope you don't regret it. I can't blame you entirely for this. After all, with my abilities, I can only bring out these 2 7-star qualification Imperial Beasts. Otherwise, I really want to prepare 5 7-star qualification Imperial Beasts for you. Unfortunately, if you were born in the base city or main city, there will definitely be an 8-star or even 9-star qualified beast for you to choose from. Zhou Wenlong felt very regretful in his heart. After all, this was the divine-level talent beast master they had come out of Jiangqing, and he did not provide the best support to the other party. Lord, the help you have given me is already enough. As you have said, the best companion for the beast master is the one who is most suitable for it. This is my choice. Yi Feng can't tell everyone present that his talent can clearly see the ultimate direction of evolution. If he dares to speak up, tomorrow will be the day when the high-level officials of the human race will have to send someone to arrest him and lock him up in a place, studying the ultimate evolution of the beast for the human race every day. Okay, since that's the case, Yi Feng, you can complete the contract here. If anything unexpected happens, we can also take action in a timely manner. Zhou Wenlong was also very calm and respected Yi Feng's choice to prepare the contract. End of this chapter. Chapter 7. Signing the contract, advancing to the Bronze Realm. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7. Signing the contract, advancing to the Bronze Realm. Yi Feng nodded without hesitation. The free imperial beasts provided by the federal government are usually contracted on the spot to avoid accidents. However, during the contract with ordinary students, the teachers from each school were watching over them. Now, Yi Feng's contract is to replace the teacher with a group of high-level officials present in Jiangqing. Looking at the Earth Ape King in front of him, Yi Feng slowly placed his right hand on top of the latter's head, using one of his few powers to imprint a contract formation on the head of the Earth Ape King. Buzz! In an instant, a faint golden light lit up in the conference room. Due to the fact that the 5 imperial beasts provided by Zhou Wenlong were descendants of artificially cultivated monster beasts, although they still had a fierce aura, they did not resist the contract much. Quickly, the contract formation shimmering with golden colors gradually disappeared above the head of the Earth Ape King. At the same time, Yi Feng suddenly felt the thoughts and emotions of the Earth Ape King in front of him. Moreover, the way the Earth Ape King looked at Yi Feng became different from before. If the Earth Ape King's gaze at Yi Feng was unfamiliar and cold before, then the gaze at him now is full of emotion. It can be said that at this moment, the two became intimate partners. On this side, at the moment when the contract ceremony was completed, Yi Feng felt a thick energy surging into the body of the Earth Ape King. Bang! A slight wave of energy erupted from Yi Feng's body, and his realm broke through from level 3 in the Black Iron Realm to level 4 in the Black Iron Realm. Bang! 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 Immediately after, several waves of air rose up, each one stronger than the previous waves. In a short period of time, Yi Feng's cultivation directly reached the 9th level peak of the Black Iron Realm, only one step away from entering the Bronze Realm. Feeling the power filling his body, Yi Feng was very satisfied. With just the completion of the contract, the energy nurtured by the Earth Ape King allowed him to break through level 6 and directly reach the peak of the Black Iron Realm. However, this is just the beginning. After all, the other SSS level talent cultivation feedback that he can use in the Black Iron realm is not yet useful. Once he uses this talent, I believe both himself and the Earth Ape King's strength will be able to break through once again. The 9th level peak of the Black Iron realm. Zhou Wenlong's eyes flashed with a brilliant light. It's only half a step away from the Bronze realm, but it's not enough to enter the Star Academy with such cultivation. But how can Yifeng be treated as an ordinary person? With this SSS level talent, the Star Academy won't give it to anyone without considering their cultivation. This thought flashed through Zhou Wenlong's mind. Yifeng, now that you have completed the contract to protect the beast, you should communicate and cooperate with your beast more in the future. You don't need to go to the school for now. In the martial arts exam of the college entrance examination 1 month later, you only need to consider whether to take the exam at Xingqian College or the 4 universities' mansions. It may not even take half a month, and these 5 universities will come early to recruit you. Zhou Wenlong said calmly. Yifeng nodded. The Star Academy and the 4 great universities represented the highest hall of the Imperial Beast Master. Among them, the Star Academy's strength far exceeded that of the 4 great universities, and its reputation was so great that even monsters in other races were feared. So, unless unexpected, he would choose to join the Star Academy. By the way, take this card. At this moment, Zhou Wenlong flipped his palm and a crystal card that was crystal clear and emitting a faint blue light appeared in his hand, handing it to Yifeng. This crystal card contains 20 million coins, which is our Jiangqing's encouragement and support for you. Yifeng's eyes lit up. Although he had already contracted the Earth Ape King with a 5-star qualification, in reality, he didn't have much money on him. Except for the house left by my parents, there is almost nothing else left in my family. At this moment, the crystal coin that Zhou Wenlong took out hit his chest. That kid would be disrespectful. Thank you very much, Lord. Jiangqing will always be my hometown. Upon hearing Yifeng's words, Zhou Wenlong and everyone present showed smiles on their faces. What are they doing so much for? Isn't it just to make Yifeng remember that Jiangqing had provided him with help and support before he rose up? Okay, since that's the case, we won't keep you anymore. If the major universities arrive earlier, goodbye. Zhou Wenlong gave Gao Wenwu a glance, who understood and asked a school leader to send Yifeng away. On this side, Yifeng received the Earth Ape King's unique beast control space from the Beast Master, and with the guidance of the school leaders, he left the school. However, he did not return home, but took a car to the outskirts of Jiangqing and arrived at a very desolate place. He is not yet strong enough and has never considered leaving the city. After all, in this era, the city where humans reside is the safest, because there will be monsters surrounding the outside of the city. Moreover, a series of disasters such as monster attacks and large-scale animal epidemics have occurred before, causing great losses to humanity. Many cities have even been conquered by monster attacks, resulting in heavy human casualties. So unless the strength of the beast tamers reaches a certain level or above before they can travel alone, many beast tamers will team up or form teams to carry out missions outside the city. 10 minutes later, feeling that there was no wind or grass moving around, Yifeng waved his hand and called out the Earth Ape King. End of this chapter. Chapter 8. Infusion cultivation, trigger 5 times critical strike. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8 Infusion cultivation, trigger 5 times critical strike. As soon as the Great Ape King appeared, he ran to Yifeng's side and rubbed against him. The sturdy ground was trampled on with a loud roar. Yifeng touched the head of the Earth Ape King, who immediately squatted down quietly. Even if squatting, the body of the Earth Ape King is much higher than that of Yifeng. If you could shrink it a bit, it would be convenient. Yifeng felt that the Earth Ape King's pull wind was a pull wind, but his body size was too large and conspicuous, making it inconvenient to put outside. Perhaps understanding Yi Feng's words, the Earth Ape King suddenly lit up with a dark yellow light. In Yi Feng's surprised eyes, its body shrank to the same height as Yi Feng. Sure, I didn't expect you to be able to change your body shape at will. Yi Feng did not see this skill in the latter's attribute bar, or perhaps the Earth Ape King felt that it could not be considered a major skill at all, but rather a minor skill. The main reason why he didn't go home after leaving school today and instead came to the outskirts of Jiangcheng is to test his second talent and cultivate it in return. After all, when using this talent, the amount of cultivation he infuses into the beast will receive the same level of nurturing, and there is also a chance to trigger critical strikes. However, the use of this talent also has a cooldown time limit, which can be used once a week. Yi Feng can also understand, after all, if there were no restrictions, he could even lie flat and become the strongest in the world. Now he and the Earth Ape King have both reached the pinnacle of their respective realms, and he wants to try to use this talent to break through the Black Iron realm and advance to the Bronze realm. At the same time, he also wants to see if the Earth Ape King can be promoted to the Silver realm. The next moment, Yi Feng placed his palm on the head of the Earth Ape King and activated his talent. In an instant, he felt the energy inside his body rapidly flowing into the body of the Earth Ape King. Congratulations to the host for successfully infusing the Beast Earth Ape King with 9 days of cultivation, triggering a 5-fold critical strike and receiving a 45-day cultivation reward at the moment of using his talent. Yi Feng knew the specific usage of this talent. Originally, the cultivation that this talent can infuse into the beast is closely related to his own cultivation. If he is a level 1 cultivator in the Black Iron realm, he can only infuse 1 day of cultivation into the Imperial Beast. If he is a level 9 cultivator in the Black Iron realm, he can infuse 9 days of cultivation. Once he breaks through the Black Iron realm and advances to the Bronze realm, the number of days he can cultivate will also increase. And when he triggered a 5-fold critical strike, he felt a powerful force surge into his body. At this moment, Yi Feng felt that the bottleneck that was restricting his cultivation and improvement collapsed instantly under the impact of this force. At the same time, in a dimly lit space, 12 high-backed seats were arranged in a circular pattern in front of a huge round table, with a figure sitting on each chair. "Everyone, we've been meeting more and more frequently lately." A faint voice sounded from the seat at midnight. "Yeah, I don't know what's going on lately. These demon cubs are very active. Every time I leave, I'm afraid they might try to break through the border while I'm not around." At 6 o'clock in the seat, a thick sound rang out. Lao Wu's concerns make sense. Let's move on to the agenda as soon as possible. This time is not peaceful, said the figure in the direction of 3 o'clock. Okay. The figure in the direction of midnight began to preside over the meeting. Is there any good news among the 30.2 main cities? Shenyuan City, there are 2 students awakening super talents, 1 at S level and 1 at SS level. Fuxi City, 3 students have awakened their super talents, 1 at the S level and 2 at the SS level. Huahuangcheng, there are 3 students awakening super talents, 2 S. level and 1 SS level. At that moment, among the 12 figures present, 4 people spoke one after another. 32 main cities were arranged in 4 directions, southeast, northwest, and each direction had 8 main cities. Among them, 4 main cities are located in the hinterland of the human race. After a moment, the sound gradually faded away, and the space fell into a silence. An invisible pressure lingered in the hearts of the 12 people present. I have a human race of trillions, 32 main cities, and countless heavenly pride. This is the 3rd year that no students with divine level talents have been born. The sound in the direction of 0 o'clock rang again, and this time, everyone else fell into silence and did not answer. The human race, with only 30.2 main cities, will only transmit information on the day of the awakening ceremony. As for the data of thousands of base cities and hundreds of thousands of satellite cities, it will be delayed for a period of time due to the quantity. However, even if messages can be conveyed in real time in these 2 levels of cities, in the development history of the human race for 100,000 years, there have been few divine-level geniuses born from the base city. As for satellite cities, for hundreds of thousands of years, there was only one that gave birth to a god-level genius, and that satellite city that gave birth to a god-level genius has now become a base city. This is also why they ignore base cities and satellite cities. After all, the probability is really too small as looking for a needle in a haystack. How do you ask me to explain to the higher-ups? For 3 whole years, if this continues, the top inheritance of my human race will be cut off. Take a look at this. The figure in the direction of midnight sighed and waved his arm, revealing several lines of text above the round table. Hiss. In an instant, only the sound of inhaling remained in the space. The peak championship race. Has it reached this point yet? A very complex voice slowly sounded. End of this chapter. Chapter 9. Bronze Realm Level 9, Evolution of the Earth Ape King. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9 Bronze Realm Level 9, Evolution of the Earth Ape King. Bang! A sublimation from the soul erupted within Yi Feng's body. In an instant, Yi Feng felt like he was making a leap forward in all aspects of himself. Bang! 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 At this moment, Yi Feng not only broke through to the Bronze Realm, but also rose to the 5th level of the Bronze Realm in a row. At the same time as Yi Feng broke through, he received the cultivation infusion from the Earth Ape King squatting beside Yi Feng, and suddenly burst out with a strong light, enveloping him. There was a hint of purple in the light, but Yi Feng, who was breaking through, did not notice it. Boom! A strong wave erupted on the Earth Ape King, as if he was not just making a simple breakthrough. If Zhou Wenlong and other Jiangqing powerhouses were present at this moment, they would surely exclaim loudly, "This is not simply a breakthrough, but a ray of evolution." Roar! The Earth Ape King, shrouded in light, roared up in anger, punching his chest with both fists. Dents began to appear on his originally brown body. These dents form a perfect cycle on its body, connected head to tail. At this moment, a golden red light appeared on the surface of the Earth Ape King's body, like a magma flowing through a closed indentation. Gradually, the dents on the body of the Earth Ape King were covered with golden red magma. Boom! Suddenly, a dark golden light emerged from the body, sweeping across a radius of 1 kilometer. The space within 1 kilometer suddenly roared, producing a violent roar. Bang! Bang! Some small animals within a radius of 1 kilometer exploded and died under this force. Immediately after, the ground began to slowly sink, as if it had been compressed by super-strong gravity. Roar! Suddenly, the Earth Ape King let out a loud roar, causing the ground within a kilometer to sink into a circular giant pit, causing ripples to ripple through the space. At this moment, Yi Feng, standing beside him, was about to end his breakthrough when a new energy burst out of his body again. The high quality of this new energy instantly made Yi Feng break several levels in a row, and finally stopped at the peak of the Bronze Realm's 9th level. At this moment, the Earth Ape King and he both completed their respective sublimations. On the other hand, inside the main residence of Jiangqing City, Zhou Wenlong, Gao Wenwu, and a group of high-level officials from Jiangqing all gathered here. Qingyang, hurry up and send this message through the teleportation array to the Lord's residence in Shenyuan City. I don't need to say the importance of this, right? Inside the Lord's mansion, Zhou Wenlong looked at the young secretary in front of him and said with a serious expression. Everyone in the whole house was staring at him intently. Rao is a young man who has been working as a secretary by Zhou Wenlong's side for 3 years. Under such public scrutiny, it is definitely false to say that he is not panicking. Ming, understand, Lord. I will definitely bring the message to Lord Shenyuan after finishing the book. Under the gaze of the crowd, the young man was already stuttering, but he knew that if this matter could be handled well, he would definitely make steady progress in the future. He knows the significance of Yifeng to Jiangqing and even the entire human race. Before the teleportation formation from Jiangqing to the only main city, Xianyuan City, watching the young man quickly enter the teleportation formation, Zhou Wenlong and other high-level officials in Jiangqing relaxed their hearts slightly. Among hundreds of thousands of satellite cities, each satellite city has only one teleportation array leading to a single main city, while the other teleportation arrays lead to the base city in other satellite cities. And the teleportation array leading to the main city is usually not activated unless there is a major incident. After all, above the satellite city is the base city that manages them, and there are many teleportation arrays from the base city to the main city of the human race, and the teleportation array usually leads to multiple main cities. The Peak Championship. Has it reached this point yet? A complex voice rang out in the dim space. A person without foresight must have immediate worries. The plan formulated above is not something we can speculate on, and the rewards for this Peak Championship tournament, needless to say, you all know how generous it is. The Supreme Golden Bone, and that, which one is not a gem that we should also be tempted and envious of. And the reason for doing so above is also because in recent decades, the frequent changes of monsters and demon tribes have made it increasingly difficult for our human race to survive, coupled with the gap in our human race's birth genius. If we don't restart the Peak Champions League at this time, our human race's future is highly likely to face a heavy blow. Such a blow would even have a huge impact on the foundation of our human race. The figure in the direction of midnight slowly spoke up. That's right, my human race is a big ship. Although there isn't much change visible at the moment, even a small loose part on this big ship will have a huge impact on the human race in the future. Another figure spoke in agreement. Buzz, at this moment, a wave appeared on the figure in the 3 o'clock direction. What? Immediately afterwards, the figure stood up excitedly from the chair. What happened? The figure in the direction of midnight frowned and asked. In his impression, the other person was not the kind of person who would be so excited when faced with something. To make the other party have such a big reaction, there must have been some huge changes. Everyone, the second satellite city of our human race to have a god-level genius has been born. End of this chapter. Chapter 10. 9-Star Titan Ape, Peak Championship. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10 9-Star Titan Ape, Peak Championship. Grass. What are you saying? Say it again. I said, the second satellite city of my human race to have a god-level genius has been born. This figure looked at the 11 figures present and spoke excitedly. God bless my human race. I'm sweating all over my hands, just that little while ago. In an instant, everyone present felt much better. At least this year, the human race gave birth to a god-level genius, and it was also born in a satellite city. If they remember correctly, the previous god-level genius born in the satellite city has now become one of the top powerhouses of the human race. Since that's the case, then this Peak Championship must be held even more. That's right, every Peak Championship tournament in the past was held to enable divine talents to grow rapidly. This year is a special situation, and we had to grit our teeth to hold it. Who would have thought that this small satellite city of Jiangqing had given us such a big surprise? Since it was transmitted from Xianyuan City, should we place the final of this year's Peak Championship in Xianyuan City, said the figure from the 3 o'clock direction, looking at other figures. Sure. I agree. Supplementary proposal. If that's the case, then quickly spread this message to the major cities of my human race. 1 week later, the main cities, base cities, and satellite cities will hold preliminary rounds. 2 weeks later, the first place winners in the preliminary round of the satellite city, base city, and main city will participate in the semi-finals in their respective base cities and main cities. 3 weeks later, the first place in the semi-finals will be in Xianyuan City to participate in the final, and the first place in the final will be the champion of the Peak Championship. The figure in the direction of midnight finally confirmed. Okay. In a short moment, the 12 figures in the space dispersed one after another. At this moment, Yi Feng, who was far away in the outskirts of Jiangqing, was unaware that the message of awakening his divine-level talent had been transmitted to the ears of the higher levels of the Federation. And the news of a game that could only be held because of him quickly spread throughout major cities in the Federation. His entire attention was focused on himself and the Earth Ape King, or rather, on the evolved Titan Ape. Name: Yi Feng, Level Bronze, Level 9, Talent. Soul Eye, Cultivation Feedback, Infinite Space, Holy Realm, Unrestricted, No Escape Form, Unrestricted, Terror Devouring, Unrestricted, Destiny Returning, Unrestricted, Beast Combination, Unrestricted, Talent Plunder, Unrestricted, Time and Space Path, Unrestricted, Royal Beast. Titan Ape, Attribute. Earth, Fire, Potential Qualification. Cultivation. Silver Realm Level 9, Skills. Infinite Gravity, 10,000 times, Wall of Size, Armor of Elements, Power Boost, Titan Sky Cannon, Drifting Sand Burial, Heavenly Obstacle Shock Star, Earth Assault Array, Talent Skill. Gadian Divine Dragon, the limit of infinite space has been lifted. Yi Feng took a look at his third talent and found that the infinite space that could allow the Imperial Beast to gain unlimited experience and restore it to a perfect state is now usable. That means that in the future, he no longer needs to receive his beast into the Beast Master's space, but can instead put it into an infinite space. Moreover, the probability of evolution for beasts within infinite space will greatly increase. And to be honest, Yi Feng felt that the biggest gain this time was not from him, but from the already evolved Titan Ape. The latter's qualifications not only increased by 4 stars compared to the Earth Ape King, reaching a terrifying 9-star qualification, but also underwent transformation and enhancement of all skills, and many new skills were added. The original field of gravity has transformed into infinite gravity. Although at this moment, the maximum strength is only 10,000 times that of gravity, Yi Feng knows that all the skills of the Titan Ape can become stronger as its strength increases. Secondly, the skill of increasing strength is not as strong as before. If the original skill can only increase strength by 1.5 times, then the current skill can increase strength by a full 3 times. And the rock armor and earth spikes have also transformed into the elemental armor and earth spike array. In addition, the evolved Titan Ape has added 4 new skills and 1 innate skill. Titan Sky Cannon. A powerful skill that combines gravity and power, unleashed with a fist, making it unparalleled in crushing everything. Wall of Size. A huge wall formed by the condensation of earth elements, capable of withstanding powerful attacks. Drifting Sand Burial. The ground stepped on by the Titan's dome can instantly turn into endless flowing sand, burying enemies. Heavenly Obstruction and Shock Star. Power erupts, summoning meteorites from outside the domain to give enemies a fatal blow. Gadian Divine Dragon. The Titan Ape summons a giant dragon composed of fire and earth elements from underground to attack enemies. Its attack power is the strongest among all skills. In such a short moment, Yi Feng was amazed by the skill panel of the Titan Ape. As a person who has lived in this world for 18 years, he has a basic understanding of demon beasts and imperial beasts. In fact, in human research, there is data indicating that the Great Ape King has a chance to evolve into the Titan Ape. But the evolved Titan Apes only have 7 to 8-star qualifications, and there is no evidence to suggest that they have had 9-star qualifications. And the innate skills are unique to beasts with a 9-star qualification or above. This time out, he achieved both goals. Watching the sky gradually darken, Yi Feng didn't stay any longer and directly took the Titan Ape into an infinite space, leaving the outskirts. On the other hand, in the current Jiangqing City Lord's mansion, Zhou Wenlong, Gao Wenwu, and a group of high-level officials who were supposed to be happy, looked at a message in front of them, with a complex and regretful expression on their faces. Is anyone watching? Looking for a wave of recommended tickets, end of this chapter.